TarantulaDan here, I hope you're doing well today. So, a lot of you have been asking me to do a tour of my collection, and in this video that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be getting every single enclosure down and taking a look at the spider or animal that is inside. Hopefully they will come out, if not you'll just get a description of them, I guess, and then we'll move on to the next one. Before I begin, if you aren't already subscribed, please do subscribe. It does really help me out, and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss my future uploads, and of course leave a like and a comment to let me know what you think. I'd just like to give a special mention to the West Midlands Herpetological Society. Yesterday on the 6th of May I went to Sutton Coldfield, I think it was, for a meet there. I met up with a patron of mine, which is Francis. He has a YouTube channel called SulleyGSXR, so there'll be a link to that in the description of this video, and also an annotation at the end of the video. Now, he invited me to go along with him to this society. I went along. It cost me a few quid to get in. Quite a few familiar faces there, and there was Mark Pennell from the BTS there doing a talk on Borneo and sort of spiders and things. And I won't talk about the lecture. I would recommend, if you get the chance to go and see this particular lecture, to go and do so. I was there for about 4 hours, might have even been longer than that. And I had a really good time by talking to lots of different people, reptile keepers, spider keepers, of course, Mark and Kim from the BTS, they're on the committee. Had a good talk with them about the lectures that I attended back in March, which of course, if you're interested in attending the lectures next year, I would recommend doing so, but I will do more talks on that in the future. So yeah, special shout out to those anyway, very welcoming, really good meet, and I will definitely be looking at joining their discussions in the future. So thank you to you guys, and Mark, your lecture was fantastic. With that said, I think we should just get straight on and check out the collection. So I'm going to be starting this video off by doing Ramsey, of course my bearded dragon, who's actually just down on my leg at the moment, which is not really cooperating. Here she is. I was actually going to feed her and she decided to kind of run out of the enclosure, so that's why I'm doing it down here like this. But as usual for this particular lizard, she is hungry. She is always hungry. She has an appetite like no other. You can see she's already looking around because she can see the food. Don't dive onto my hand. Let's see. Wait a minute. Come onto my hand. Can you please go back onto my leg? Okay. So as you can all see, Ramsey is doing really well. So next up, I'm going to be showing you Gex, my leopard gecko, and he's kind of started hiding in here. When I say in here, I actually mean in there. You can just see his tail. So I'm going to try and get him out and see if we can have a better look at him. So there you go, that's Gex, my leopard gecko, who is currently living on the inside of a decoration for some reason. So I'm going to just very carefully flip that back over and leave him in there, I guess. So my next gecko is Autumn. This is the one that's got the dodgy limbs, and she's always had this ever since I've had her, but it doesn't seem to bother her too much. So let's see if we can get her out. She's usually under this side. There she is. can see she's doing really well. The last time I did a video on her, she was due to molt. She did molt, and yeah, all is good and well for her really. Absolutely lovely little gecko. She's actually been quite docile recently. Oh yeah. Still not quite as docile as Gex. Still. Oh, you gonna come out? I think she wants some more food. She's so gentle. Okay then, so I'm going to be doing the collection tour, starting with my slings and then working through the collection. I'd like to just say before I begin that there have been some deaths in my collection, which I will mention when it is appropriate to do so. And yeah, let's just get straight to it. Okay then, well in here I have the Poecilotheria ornata, just down in this tube. You have to put a cricket in to feed it, however the actual spider is not coming out, so fortunately can't really show you that one. Okay then, so I have another P ornata, and the spider just down here, it's recently molted, but it's actually down hidden away, so I can't actually show you that one either. So this isn't a very good start, is it? Okay then, so next up we have the Poecilotheria samica. You can see it's actually molted recently, the molt is just here. And down here by my thumb is the actual spider. What I'm going to do, see if we can feed it. There we go. Actually managed to get to take it down. So yeah, there's a unsexed P. samica. So next up is the Tarantuladan, the orange tree spider. This is, there it is, just on the side there. Let's see better from that side. So let's see if we can get this to eat as well. Okay, well that's not going to eat, which is a bit of a shame. So maybe try it again in a week or so. Okay then, so in here we have the purple tree spider. It's actually sort of underneath the leaf, which I can't get at, so I can't show you, but hopefully I can show that in a future video. Okay then, so next up is the Pseudomonas, the Venezuelan sun tiger, and you can actually see over here it has actually molted recently. This was actually a gift of a friend of mine, Francis. So to Francis, or SulleyGSXR as his channel is on YouTube, a huge thank you to you for this. And I'm going to try and feed it. And it got it. Next up is the Avicularia giraldi, the Brazilian blue and pink pinto. Let's take the lid off. You can actually already see the spider. This is in need of a rehouse, so of course I will be getting some enclosures from the BTS next weekend. I'll be rehousing this, but for now it will do. So there you go, Avicularia giraldi. So next up we have the Tarantula species CD, the Caribbean diamond. These are absolutely gorgeous looking spiders. This one's actually, if you can see it just down there, has molted, which is pretty awesome. I think it did take it down, but I wasn't able to catch it, which is a shame. So I'm going to put a bit of water in and then we'll move on. Okay then, next up is the Planobius muticus, the king baboon. can just see the actual spider there. Pop that down for a second. I'll try and get a single fruit fly, or 20. Yeah, took it down. And I'll also be putting a second one in for it. You know, for dessert. Just going to very quickly show you my funnel web, which you can't really see because how small it is, unfortunately, but I'll show you that in the future. I also have my 5 Ephila madagascanensis, the all-weaver slings. I got these off Peter, so a huge thank you to you, Peter, for these. They're doing really, really well, and I'll be showing those in a future video. And also finally I have these. I have 3 P Sazamai slings. So again, I'll show you these in the future. Okay then, so in here we have the Poecilotheria vittata. However, she doesn't seem to want to come out. So I'm going to put some water in there, see if we can lure out that way. Sometimes she will come out after there's a bit of a spray in there. Going to add this little bit in. You can see she's kind of came out, but if I attempt to just touch the enclosure or get too close, she will bolt off. So yeah, you can see she's half out, and for now that's the best that I can actually get of her at the moment. Okay then, so this is the Wagapora diverse piece. Like to say in regards to this one, the mature male that I had did die and has since been fed to my crab. If you've seen my Instagram, you will have seen that. But yeah, she's doing really, really well. She was paired 4 or 5 times, 5 I think. So hopefully he did his job, and now let's see if she's hungry. Oh. That's a yes. So yeah, absolutely wonderful looking spider. One that I would really recommend anyone to get if you're able to. Okay then, so next up I'm going to be giving you an update on these 2. These are both Poecilotheria Hanumavida samica. We did see the sling a minute ago. These ones are both juveniles. So if I just turn these coffin enclosures around, you can just see where they worked at the back. Unfortunately, neither of these are going to be coming out, and they aren't going to feed either. But this one has just molted, and this one is due to molt. So again, hopefully in the near future I can give you all a proper update on these spiders. Okay then, so next up is everyone's favourite blue tarantula. This is of course the Poecilotheria metallica. This is my adult female, who is absolutely wonderful. Let's see if I can actually see her at the moment. I don't know where she is. Down there. So you can see her just there. And of course, I will be trying to feed her as well. Thank you for volunteering. This young hopper quite literally just jumped out onto my hand, so I will take that as a volunteer. And yeah, you can hopefully see her a little bit there. Very, very fast, very, very beautiful spider. Sadly, she did molt after I last paired her, so I will be on the lookout for a mature male for these, for her. But yeah, you can just see her in there. She's absolutely gorgeous. Of course, in these 2 enclosures I do have my 2 Poecilotheria regalis. This is the adult female that I recently rehoused in the last video, and not the last video, the previous video to that one, sorry. And in this one it's a juvenile regalis, hopefully a male, but he's actually webbed up, so I can't really disturb him at the moment. So yeah, 2 P regalis. Okay then, so in this enclosure here I have the Harpactria porcropes, which was out a minute ago but has just sort of gone into its burrow. So again, hopefully show that in a future video. Over here I have one of my favourite of my teas. This is the Davis Pentalaw. Absolutely gorgeous looking spider. So these have usually got a really good appetite, so let's see if she will take this down. I will leave that in there with her. I'll be looking to rehouse her after the BTS. And just a very quick little edit. The Davis Pentalaw did take down the cricket and is just sort of feeding on it now. So I'll just add that in after that clip. That was not filmed too long ago. Just look back and it's yeah, it's taking it down. So in here I have the Colombian blue bottle. Now this is a tiny little sling. I have no idea where it is. It's probably done like a down the side, like a very small burrow. It is absolutely tiny. So fortunately we can't really get a good look at that. Here's another spider that's desperately in need of a rehouse, which will be happening after the BTS. This is the Trinopelma sazamai. Absolutely gorgeous looking tarantula. I don't know whether you can see the blue on it or not, but you can see it's recently molted. And so with that, it may be up for a feed. Yep. For a second there I didn't think it was going to, but yeah, absolutely gorgeous looking spider. And you can normally see these on social media that have been very heavily edited to make them look even more blue. They are very blue enough, but they edit them a lot for social media, which is a shame. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous. If you can get one of these, I'd recommend it. Okay then, and this enclosure is the Lasiodora difficilis. Now I will try and show you this spider, but it's usually hiding, and today is no exception. Yeah, this is a teeny tiny little spider, and it actually hides in these holes in here, so I can't get it out, and I won't be trying to. But yeah, Lasiodora difficilis. Next up, one of my favourite of the baboon spiders. This is the Ceratogyrus darlingi. You can see just here, it's actually molted, and the spider's just down there. So of course, I will try and feed it, see whether it will be up for a fruit fly. And there you go. Was definitely up for a meal. Put some water in. Add the other side. And lid it up with the other fruit fly. That way it's got a meal for later. My other baboon spider that I absolutely love. This is the Ceratogyrus marshalli. And of course I will also be trying to feed this as well. Yep. Oh. There we go. That one just going towards it. That one could do with more than a fruit fly. I didn't realise it was that big, so I'll be refeeding that next week with something a bit larger, I think. Next up is everyone's favourite ginger. Of course, this is Tarantula's marinus, or more commonly known against hobbyists as the OBT tarantula. Well, unfortunately, I don't think this spider will be making an appearance, which is a shame. But I'm sure you all know what an OBT looks like, and hopefully I will feature it in a future video. If you'd like me to do that, then let me know. So now we're starting to get to the good stuff, and of course I couldn't do a tour video without, of course, including a huntsman spider. You can see mine just there. I absolutely love huntsmans. One of my favourite sort of spiders. They are very, very fast, but they are also as good as harmless, to be fair. And of course I will be trying to feed this. I know I recently did a video about handling of spiders and things, but yeah, how can you not find these adorable? Just absolutely wonderful. Yeah, my favourite kinds of spiders. I think we should put her back. She didn't want to eat, which is a shame, but again, future video, hopefully then she will. Good. Next up, Communal pubescens, one of my all-time favourite spiders, one that I recommend for beginners. And let's try and feed her. Him. Come and say hello, please. Come on out. Come on out. Okay, I just kind of tore the abdomen off that poor locust, never mind. There it is. The Communal pubescens. Next up is the Trichopelma species Columbia. This is the most elusive spider that I own. I literally see this less than my old trapdoor, which I didn't ever see, to be fair. I was going to make some kind of like religious joke, but I shan't bother doing that. I think I have to offend anyone. But yeah. Trichopelma species Columbia. I'm going to chop some food in. The only thing with this spider is I don't know where it is. It could be in there. It could be down there. I did see it down there in this bit ages ago. I just don't know where it is. So I'm going to watch this for a minute and see whether it will come out. If not, you can get as much enjoyment out of owning this that I have. Because this is what I look at every single day when I look in this enclosure. I never ever see this spider. Yeah, since I've had it, I've never recorded it taking food down. I've never seen it out wandering. I did actually kind of lift up the log to see if it was underneath, and it was. So I sort of left it alone, but yeah, I literally, when I say I never see this spider, I mean I never see this spider. Okay then everyone, so I give you the Trichopelma species Columbia. If you do have the opportunity to buy one, this is what it is like to have one. Yeah, it's really exciting. Let's move on to something that is actually quite cool. Okie dokie then, so you wanted something lovely? I give you the enclosure of my Typhlochina Caledonia. Look how lovely that is. If you were a spider, you would like to live in there, wouldn't you? But not my Caledonia, no. She wants to live up here. Let me just zoom right into her. That's as close as I can zoom. Yeah, she lives up on the top, which is so disappointing, but that's up to her, I guess. So, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to try and feed her. So let's take a look. Okay then, so there she is. Hopefully you can see her okay. Obviously there's a glass in the way. I'm going to try and feed her a small cricket, of which the head has been crushed. Here we go. Actually got a takedown from her. Sorry about the quality of the image at the moment. Unfortunately with the glass it's making it very hard to focus on the spider and things. The light reflecting off it is just a pain. But yeah, this is her. You can see her kind of and you can see that she's alive and well, thank God. And hopefully if you go to the BTS you might see her for yourself, because I will be entering her into the tarantula crufts that they do. So you can have a look at her for yourself. Okay then, starting off small, I have my scorpion. And I shan't say what I refer to this as on camera because there might be children watching, but it is somewhat of an insult. So here it is, you can see it's alive and well, getting quite active, still not molted since I've had it, which is Also, it's a bit of a shame, but then that's not a problem. It eats when it wants to, quite rarely in all honesty, but apart from that, it's fine. It's never pinched me, it's never stung me. It's pretty chill, to be fair. So there you go. So next up is a pet hole. This is the Panther species Esmeraldas, which I don't see. I literally never see this. It is a female. I'm 99% sure it's a female based on the one moult that I did have of it. So yeah, can't really show you. It's a pet hole. Okay then, so looking in here, I can actually see it's just down here. This of course is the giant vinegaroon. These are wonderful arachnids. They are completely harmless. I mean, they do have claws, but they don't pinch or anything like that. The only thing that these do, which this actually has just done that, is they can spray acid. And it smells like silicon sealant or vinegar. And it's very, very strong smelling. I think it's on my right hand, I think. Yeah. The best way to describe the smell, if you get a bag of salt and vinegar crisps, open the bag, put your nose inside and take a really big strong smell, and that's what it smells like. But yeah, that's my giant vinegaroon. Just gonna put him back, or her back. You would be forgiven for believing that this is a trapdoor spider or a tub of dirt, but this is in fact my Brachypelma carlenbergi, the New Mexican, and yeah, here you go. This is it. I don't see the spider ever. It very rarely ever comes out. I think I've only got it feeding on camera twice, maybe, since I've had it. So a very elusive spider, and hopefully in the future, if I'm able to actually get some footage of it, then I will show you. So next, for a Brachypelma that is actually out and about, I give you one of my favourite Brachypelmas. This is the Brachypelma albiceps, the golden red rump, and you can see why, with the golden carapace and the red rump. And I know she's hungry, so let's give her some food. 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous spider. One of my favourites in my collection. I've had this girl for many years, raised her from a sling myself, and you can see that she is gorgeous, although I can't really get a good angle of her because she's back down into a corner that she's dug. But yeah, that is the Brachypelma albiceps. So I have here another Brachypelma. This is actually my favourite species of Brachypelma, one of my favourite tarantulas ever. She's hiding behind the leaf, and I would try and move with my finger, but I'm not going to because she's probably quite hungry. We will find out if I try and give her this locust. Oh, no. No. Well, she's not hungry, but you can still see her. The Brachypelma amelia, absolutely gorgeous tarantula, and she's a female. I'd love to breed her in the future. So yeah, let's have a look at the next one. So next up I have the Gramstola earringi. I hope I pronounced that right, because someone pointed out that I missed out the sounding of the H in that. So yeah, Gramstola earringi, I hope I have got that right. And she won't come out, she's in a burrow. But if you saw the video I did on the rehousing of the monstrous Proclotheria, she was at the end of this where she had a massive cockroach. She did eat it, and she's probably lying down resting. So I'll be leaving her for the time being, but you will have seen her in a recent video anyway. Now I don't know if this spider will come out, but this is Bonnie, the Theraphosa sturmi, the burgundy Goliath bird eater, and I'm going to try and see whether I can sort of lure it out with this food. But in all honesty, I don't think it's... Oh, spoke too soon. I was going to say I didn't think it was going to come out, and yet there it is. So there you go. There's my Therophosa sturmi, the burgundy Goliath bird eater. You kind of got me by surprise then. And now on to one of my favourite tarantulas in my collection. Favourite as a whole, the species is absolutely amazing. This of course is my Grammostola porcra, the Brazilian black. And I don't know whether she'll be hungry, but let's see if she'll take this down. Yep, she took it down alright. So yeah, this is my female. She is a gem in my collection. I think her, B. Amelia, Zelda, my Lacidor Powerhigh Banner, and my T. Celedonia are my favourites. And my Huntsman. I have lots of favourites, but yeah, Brazilian black. Everyone wants to own one of these. Most people I speak to wish to have one of these, but they're not willing to wait because you can only really buy them as slings. I will say to you, if you have opportunity to buy one of these as a sling, honestly, buy it, be patient. I promise you, you will not regret it. So this is the Linenthal Phalax. I, of course, rehoused this fairly recently. And now I'm going to try and feed it. Hopefully she will be up for some food. Now she's starting to settle in a bit. Well, I guess she doesn't want to eat, so I will just leave her alone for now. Leave the food in there and hopefully she will take it down when she's ready. Okay then, so this is a look at the Communal, and for anyone who's wondering how it's doing, here it is. So yeah, firstly, of course, you can see I have lots of cockroaches. These are the giant hissing ones. Absolutely, oops, the daisy, sorry. I absolutely love these. Not as feeders, these are pets. Really do genuinely like these, which I know people think is probably a little bit strange, but in all honesty I've been called worse. So if I have a look under here, we have, there you go, we have a molt of a cockroach, because of course all invertebrates, anything with an exoskeleton, will shed its old one to grow. So we've got some cockroach molts in there. Loads and loads of cockroaches. Smaller ones, big ones. Lots of isopods, woodlouse and things. Smaller cockroach. See, there's all of these ones. This one's like this is a massive one. Let's see if I can get this one to show you this. Huge. It's a massive thing. Oops, sorry. If I lift up this, see all of those woodlouse under there. Hello, Josh. Of course, the giant African train millipedes. This one's actually clinging on, or still being the still sort of curling up. So that's a look at the Communal, and you can see how everything is doing. Everything is alive and well, which is awesome. Okay then everyone, so this of course is the Scolopendra gigantea, the Amazonian giant centipede, and fortunately she isn't out. Of course this centipede is named after Lee, as in Lee from the spoiler shop, who very kindly sold me this when I had no money, but he told me that he accepted PayPal. So yeah, thank you Lee. She's still doing really well. She's in her burrow. In fact, if you look, you can just see her rear end. That is the absolute correct terminology. See whether we can lure it out with some food. Okay, apparently this one's dead. Ah, no it's not, it's plain dead. No git trying to trick me. Well, you kind of saw it. So there you go, there's Lee, the Scolopendra gigantea. So next up we have the rainbow crab. Now this molted a week ago or so, and of course I did the video on that. It was blowing bubbles and it was adorable. Now I mentioned that my mature male white diverse species had died, sadly. So you can see it's actually eating a big meal, and that is the mature male spider. It was dead, no use to me, and I figured rather than throw it away, I would pass on the nutrients that the spider had to the crab. So yeah, it is currently chowing down on a spider, which a lot of people probably won't be happy with, but you've got to understand it's a good meal for it. And with how well this crab's growing and the obstacles it has overcome in its life, it could do with a good meal. So yeah. Also, the little things crawling over are springtails. They pose no threat to it, so there's no need to be concerned about the crab or the enclosure. So yeah, that is a look at the crab. It is doing very well, and it's doing that really creepy thing with its eye that I absolutely hate. So yeah, it's doing really, really well, and of course I will continue to do some videos of this. I actually wanted to get it to take down the spider in the last video I did, however it wasn't taking it down, so I ended up just cutting it short, which was a shame. But yeah, you can see now it's munching away and looks quite happy. Starting off the next section of enclosures, of course we have the Lasiodora pilatus. This is a teeny tiny little sling that's actually under there, so I won't be disturbing that unfortunately, but hopefully you'll see it in a future video. I have here, this spider is actually out. If I bring this a little bit closer, we have the SulleyGSXR Reptile. Gorgeous spider. I'm going to drop in some fruit flies for it, which hopefully it will come and take those down. So there you go, this is the SulleyGSXR Reptile. Absolutely gorgeous spider, really, really attractive. So this is the SulleyGSXR elegans. You can't see a lot, the burrow I think is just down here. I tried to feed her, but she's not coming out, so I'll have to leave her alone and hopefully do an update video on her in a few weeks. Hopefully she'll be able to come out and show herself then. So in this enclosure I have a spider just under this leaf. If I lift it very, very carefully, it's only a sling. The only thing is I don't actually know what this is. I received it, I threw the label away, and by accident I don't actually know what it is. So yeah, we'll have to sort of wait and in the future figure out what it is. I guess we can do that together. In here we have a little baby agent, only just started to get the adult sort of markings. I'm going to drop in a couple of fruit fly for it. It's not actually hungry, which is a bit of a shame, but I will leave that in there for it and hopefully it will feed in the future. Okay then, so this is a Puculatheria tigranuswali. I think I butchered that, I apologise. Yeah, this is in here. I didn't have any spare arboreal enclosure when I rehoused it, and as I'm going to the BTS I'm looking at getting a whole bunch of enclosures for rehousings. This will be something to rehouse in that video. So I'm going to just try and feed it some fruit flies, nothing too exciting, but should maybe take it down. Be a nice little snack for it until I get some cool food at the BTS. Nope, nope, not hungry. Guess I will leave that one alone then. In here, this is a false widow colony. These were given to me. The egg sac rather was given to me by Ed Francis, a good friend of mine. Now these are all underneath. I'm not going to be disturbing them because I intend to leave them for Ed. So but I will hopefully show you these in a future video. Thought maybe if I keep a couple for myself. But yeah, false widows. Okay then, so this is the enclosure of my SulleyGSXR Leech. However, again, it's in a burrow and it's not coming out. So I'll have to leave that on until it's sort of more viewable, I guess. So this is my fourth and final SulleyGSXR. Now honestly I can't remember what this species is off the top of my head. I apologise, I've been looking at spiders all afternoon. But yeah, this one is actually kind of viewable. Let's just see whether she'll take down this mealworm. Unfortunately, I don't think she's going to eat, so I will just leave her alone and check back on her another day and hopefully again get her in a future video. Okay then everyone, so this is my ladybird spider, and actually she has recently molted. You can just see a little bit of the molt up in this bit of web just here, and I am aware that this setup is completely wrong for her, so I will be rectifying that at the BTS. I've already got a enclosure in mind for her, so I'm going to try and feed her and hopefully she'll come out. Oh, she's coming. She's actually a really good size now. She seems to have like doubled in size in that molt. And there you go. She's just going to drag that off. It's a really good meal for her. Like I said, at the moment I'm keeping her completely incorrect, but I do have a enclosure in mind. I'll be changing it to sort of semi-fossorial, semi-arboreal for her. So there'll be a rehousing video of her, and hopefully we can get a better look at her as well in the very near future. Of course, I have my Pac-Man frog, which I know a lot of you seem to enjoy this. Got some mealworms, so I'm just going to sprinkle some of these around it. Not too many of course, but enough that she should have a decent meal there. Yep. There's another two gone. So yeah, that's my Pac-Man frog. Doing really well. So alive and kicking, still eating, as you can see. And if I am able to get more of these, I will do, because I know a lot of you seem to enjoy the videos I make of this, although they aren't that, I don't do that many of them, but you do seem to enjoy them, and I also really enjoy owning this as well. Oops. So yeah, leave her alone and move on to the next invert. Another pet hole of mine, this is the Coelobrachys species Electric Blue. It does come out sometimes, but if you move the enclosure it seems to dart under. However, I will try and feed it anyway. I don't think it will come out in all honesty, but there is no harm in trying. Okay, well, I wasn't able to catch it feeding, but you may have been able to catch a quick glimpse of it as it sort of ran past, hopefully. If not, I'll include it in a future video. Okay then, we'll have a quick look at this wonderful little spider. This is the Grammostola portree. You can see it's down here. It's only a juvenile. Really nice spider, good eater. Although I won't be feeding it now, I'll be feeding it next week during a special video. And of course, as you can see, I have two T. lagunas. These are both actually unsexed. I believe that this one over here is a female, but I'm not 100% sure, to be fair. Very, very skittish, as you can see. This one's a bit more chill. And this is the one that has the missing leg. I think it might have grown back, to be fair. It's a bit more of a stump, but it's still there. So there you go. Let's a better look at the Thixopelma lagunas. Okay then, the next part, which is the last one of the shelf, is of course my African predatory beetle. I have a very, very freshly molted locust, as in it finished molting probably about, I don't know, 2 minutes ago. Let's see whether she will come out and take this down. This beetle is now 3.5 years old, I think, or I've had it for 3.5 years. It could be even older. You can see she's actually done a bit of a burrow, so hopefully she will come out and we'll take it down. And of course she doesn't disappoint. We have two wonderful spiders up next. This is a mature female in this one, and in this one here a mature male, and these will both be attempted to be fed now, and the reason for that is because next week I will be using these for hopefully doing a breeding video. You can see he has on a sperm web over here, so we're going to try and feed them, and hopefully that means that next week she won't eat him. So we'll start with the female because, you know, ladies first and all. So let's see if she will take this down. Very gently, but she did take it down nevertheless. And of course the male. You know, I think he'll be hungry. And of course, he didn't disappoint. So here's the male, as you can see. And down here is the female. Okay then, so of course I can't do a collection tour without this absolute gem of a tarantula. This is Zelda, my Lasiodora parahybana, the Brazilian salmon pink bird eater. She's the first spider that I bought as a sling. She's, how old? She's now 8-9 years, something like that. She's getting on, and yeah, she's a big girl. Very, very, very good eater, and I would love to feed her now and show you all, but you'll have to wait for a future feeding video that I'm going to be filming next week. So in the meantime, there's been some footage feeding in this video already, but I need to save some for next week because I've got a special guest coming to do a feeding video with me. So yeah, that is Zelda, my Lasiodora parahybana. Of course, I have my Chinese fire-bellied newt, which is, I think it's sort of swimming sort of like down behind all of this, so I can't actually see it yet. Again, I believe I showed it in a recent video. If you wait till the end of the video, I'll put an annotation of me setting this up the first time when I had both of them. Of course, one did die, so I'm looking at getting that kind of replaced fairly soon. But yeah, this is my enclosure for my Chinese fire-bellied newt, and sadly we can't see it, but hopefully I can show you guys in a future video. Finally, an update on my Monocentripus balfouri. I can actually see a few of them just on the inside. Now, you obviously can't see this, it's going to be very hard to show you, but I will try. I'm going to leave that there. I'm what my plan is to sprinkle some fruit flies. Okay, change of plan. The fruit fly is pretty much all dead, so I'm going to be dropping in some mealworms. So I'm back on camera for a little bit, and I know I did a video of this in my last video, but yeah, the leech. People seem to really like the leech. I am one of those people. So the leech is currently down on the bottom right hand of the screen. Well, bottom right hand of the tub on the screen. You get what I mean? Yeah, it is just in here. So come here. There we go. And you can see it's on my hand. It's just having a bit of an explore. A lot of people are really creeped out by this for some reason. I think it's wonderful. And back in it goes. Really, really quick video. I don't want to get this out too much or kind of stress it out or anything, but I wanted to do just a very quick video to just get it out, show you it's alive and well. I still haven't managed to catch it feeding, but yeah, I really like this. I'm not squeamish about it. I don't mind it sort of sucking on me. That sounds really bad. Take that however you want. I find it really, really fascinating, and to be honest, I would definitely like to get more of these in the future, and hopefully I will be able to get a really good feeder video of it at some point in the future. So yeah, that's the leech. So now we're going to take a look at this absolute cow bag. This is Minophila sanguinensis. I think that's how you pronounce it. I might be completely wrong. Who knows? Yeah, so I did a video, what day would it be? Saturday, on Saturday. And it ended with all the little babies emerging, and it was all wonderful and that. 2 days later, she pretty much ate them. I am very, very disappointed in her. In fact, I'm absolutely livid. I'm so annoyed that she has done that. There are still a few more in there. Now, I don't know why she did that, whether because she thought that they weren't ready, or if she was just hungry. She shouldn't be, because there is actually a cockroach already in there, which she's not eating. So I don't know why she decided to eat them, but she did. So they got eaten, and she's now looking a little bit plumper, and I don't like her a lot. So as far as I'm concerned, I feel like treating her the same as arachnophobics treat house spiders. Very, very tempted. But yeah, anyway, so nothing else to say about them really at the moment. There are still a few sort of slings in the egg sac, but I'm going to try and disturb it as little as possible. There's maybe 5 or so that are actually out and about, but the rest, yeah, they were eaten. So yeah, don't really know what else to say about that, but that is a look at her and an update on that. And yeah, that is how I feel about it. I have one more spider that I want to show you. So I have one more spider, and that's a wild house spider that is living in my house, obviously. It's in the hallway between like the living room and the kitchen. And I noticed this when I was hoovering, and it sort of came out, so I've now hoovered around this sort of web, and I thought I would try and show you. A couple of mealworms for it. And there it is. It's not massive. Yeah, it's not massive, but it is living in my hallway, and I'm not going to remove it because it gets rid of pests, and also what's the harm in having a wild spider? So if you are in England and you happen to have one of these in your house, just leave it alone or feed it. They won't hurt you, they won't lay eggs in your ears or anything like that. They are pretty cool, to be fair. They don't bite. Really, really nice native arachnid to the UK, and all they want to do is be left alone, eat food, which usually consists of flies and wasps and things, you know, pests, and mature and breed. So yeah, I will be leaving this alone, and I will keep it fed up. Might include it in some more of my feeding videos in the future if you'd like that. So there you go, that is the final spider I want to show you. It's not really a spider of mine, I haven't bought it, but it lives in my house and I'm feeding it like my other tarantulas, and it comes out pretty much every time we put food in there. So I think it'd be nice to sort of show a native spider. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, of course, don't forget to leave a comment and a like. It does really help me. Subscribe if you aren't already, hit the bell icon. And I do also have a Patreon page if you're interested in supporting me at my channel. Then please check out the link in the description or the annotation at the end of the video. And yeah, with that said, everyone, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If I've missed anything off, I apologise. I don't think I have. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Take care, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Goodbye from me, everyone.